all year round, pretty much.
Instead of 4 seasons in a year, we deal with 4 seasons in a day.
You have like 2 seasons out here in New Orleans. The most is 2.
Well, we actually have 5 if you count hurricane season.
Oh, hurricane is a season itself. Yeah. Oh, wow. You're the first person that said that. Yeah. Everybody think of the 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, winter. Nobody talks about hurricanes or tornadoes as a season.
Yeah. I said that to the state representative last year because I called him up because there's a lot of issues right before the hurricane. And that's what I told him. It's the 5th season of the year. How do y'all guys mess up every year?
True.
Y'all don't got no transportation. Y'all got no plan, no nothing. We deal with this every year.
And some states got tornado season. Some states.
I can't deal with tornadoes. I swear I drove through one yesterday.
Well,
I couldn't see a foot in front of me.
I believe you drove through it. It was on the news. New Orleans, Louisiana got hit hard, the whole state.
I was on the North Shore at that time.
Whew.
Yeah,
it was that bad up there?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Jeez.
Yeah, we got an airport ride. When it was in La Place, and by the time I got to North Shore, it was right there.
Oh, I was waiting for y'all to say, hey.
By the time I got off the bridge, they closed the bridge down.
Ooh.
I said, if it wasn't for the railing of the bridge, I wouldn't have been to see anything.
Wow.
The only reason why I stayed straight is because I seen the railing.
Aye. It's like fog out there. It's hard to see. It's fog. One crossed that bridge before.
The wind and the rain was so intense that the wind was just whacking the rain.
It's like a blind spot.
Yeah, into my windshield to where I couldn't see anything.
One thing about here I learned, it rains hard out. When it comes down, it's hard rain. Come down like in buckets.
Right. Well, fun fact of the day, there is ways they can electrically shock the clouds and create rainfall. So, and one of the reasons that you can tell if it's artificial rain that's being, man produced, is if the raindrops are 3 times the size of a regular raindrop.
Wow, it's interesting.
Anytime like there's some weird shaped clouds and you see like some weird lightning in the sky and then you huge raindrops start to fall, it might be fake. Not as fake water because it's real water, but they might have artificially electrocuted the clouds to make
it reminds me of a movie how they could control the weather.
Right.
Wouldn't be surprised if people doing that in this world.
Yeah, they already are. Yeah. Last year Dubai did it. They sent a bunch of drones up to the clouds and shocked the clouds to create rainfall.
It's dry out there. It don't rain out there at all in Dubai.
And that technology came from England, from some university.
And it's like HARP weather. HARP?
Huh?
HARP weather is like HAA or RP or HARRP, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. I heard about that word too with the weather.
Yeah, so they trying all type of things out there.
They're messing up the ozone layer.
But they did that when they sent the nuke up there. When they nuked the ozone layer.
Aye. Ice is melting in the North Pole. A lot going on.
But that's something I think about, like, oil. Like what is oil actually used for the world? Like what if oil was like a coolant mechanism for the world? Like if the core is hot and the oil could separate the heat from this part, like the outside.
Yeah.
And if that oil is disappearing and it's becoming hotter, and that could be melting the ice. Just maybe, I don't know, speculation.
It's a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Because when we need gas for the future for our vehicles, like is there gonna be no more gas? You gotta use the sun or energy or something.
Well, that's the thing. Like we could make this so easy and just make our roof into a big solar panel on our and just use the sun. But that would make people money, so we can't do that.
Oh.
They won't have any money. So.
I heard by 2030 they're trying to do that everywhere.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Things change.
Just know every 20, every 19, every 30, something happens, So just know that.
History repeats itself.
Yeah. So they're saying a lot of good things are going to happen in the year 30, but a lot of things are coming out also that could be bad.
Aye, aye, aye.
So just like the year 19. So Agenda 21 was made in 1993 by the Bill Clinton administration.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be everything good, just like you say about 2030. And everything that they planned against happened in the year that they planned against it. And they changed Agenda 21 to Agenda 30 in 2015 under the Obama administration, which was another pandemic year. And but it's the exact same thing. They didn't change a word of it.
Wow.
They just changed the years.
That's crazy. Everything's planned in life, as you can see. Everything planned.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, you know. Not saying that.
2030 is a long ways away, but when that year comes, yeah.
Slavery started in slavery really started in the 1400s, but it started in 1519 in South America, 1619 in North America, and then obviously 1919 the Spanish flu happened, and then 2019 the coronavirus happened.
All these 19s, something about that number.
30s too. Look at the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Every 32.
And the wars in between wars.
Yeah. Disease, wars.
And I got the Russia. Well, they started there this year.
Yeah, and then Russia and China, they started their own currency.
Uh-oh.
They created their own currency backed by gold. So that's crazy.
They're both similar. They're communist countries.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know, it's a crazy world.
It is. We try to survive it.
It's nothing that's not already said in the Bible.
History repeats itself. All this happened already.
Yeah.
Just like humans existed way back then. They were much taller, looked different.
Yeah.
Forgot the name of them, but you know they were here.
Me and my girl just talked about that. She was like, do you believe there's really giants back in the day? And I told her, it's like, so if you look at the average height of white people and like, South American people, it's like 5'7", 5'2", you know?
That's super tall, yeah.
So if you come across people that are like, let's just say 7.5 feet tall, right? Because they're all people 7.5 feet tall.
Like Europeans, the basketball players, they tall like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come across them people, you're gonna say they're giants.
Yeah.
Know? But in a way, like maybe they're just giants because they actually get the right nutrition, sunlight, water.
That's true.
You know.
Some people blessed to have that.
Right. So like in a sense, like maybe they wasn't like actually giants. Maybe they were just big because they just had good genetics to take care of them.
Mm-hmm. Their family's tall.
Right. So who really knows?
Yeah, tall like that, like woo-wee. But it happened back then. People at 8 feet tall. It happened already. So we still, even women, some women are tall like that. But it's very rare women are tall like that.
Yeah, I forgot what part. It's like in between Asia and Europe, where they have like a lot of tall people like that.
It's hard to find that here. I haven't stayed over there where they are, and they stay over there. They don't want to mess up their genetics. They want to keep it.
Like the average height of a woman over there, I think is like 5'11".
Woo! Dang.
I can't remember where it was.
It's amazing. All over the world is different.
Right, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But America's a big country. It is separated. North America, South America, and Central America is split up. But it's
they want their control. They don't want everything under one leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't control it, you know?
Can't, no.
Now you can control it, but it's like a different type of control when you have it name different things and different areas. Like you can completely change the laws and how you want it in certain areas. So they definitely do it to their planning. But it's hard to talk about any of this stuff in today's time because everything is a conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracy always around. People hear that word conspiracy.
You know, no one wants to talk about anything anymore.
They're just fed up.
But it's bad because everybody's letting everything
Mm-hmm. It's like they don't care no more.
I mean, I guess like why would you care when you see death on TV every day when you just get so numb
Mm-hmm.
to you know what's happening around you?
It's rough. Mm-hmm.
How could you care?
Rush hour out here. Rush hour. Busy here. Mm-hmm.
It's like 32 minutes.
Whoa, a lot of traffic. But you know what? I forgot. Holidays is coming around. People are out already. They're getting a head start. Last time I came out was a quick ride last time. Maybe because summertime was slow out here.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, usually it only takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When I picked you up, it's at 42 minutes.
Today's like Thursday traffic.
Crazy Thursday traffic.
The other side is bad. The other side.
I see that. I'm about to stay home.
But history does repeat itself. They've been in the pandemic. Hopefully not in our lifetime. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, a lot of stuff happened. You know, you got, you're 2,000 years away from Jesus, the year that Jesus died, because that's 2030. Like, you gotta think, Jesus was born in between 4 and 6 BC due to, because the Chinese, like, they recorded everything, right? And they never really had anybody go against them to kind of take away their history. So the Bethlehem star, they call a different comment, was in between 4 and 6 BC, right? So if they say Jesus died around 30, 35, then they say Jesus pretty much died in 30 BC, right? So 2030 would be exactly 2,000 years away from that date.
Whoa.
And then you had the 400-year curse of Abraham, right? Abraham said that the Israelites will go in a 400-year curse of slavery, persecution, and so many other things, that mistreatment and everything else. Like I said, slavery happened in South America in 1519, but slavery started in North America in 1619 from the Europe. So the Spanish started it in South America, the English started it in North America. And from 1619 to 2019 is 400 years. Exactly.
Whoa.
So you have all these dates lining up exactly together with history on the exact same dates as history.
It's perfectly planned.
Yep.
It's set up. Whoever take over next. Yeah.
And then not only that, but you have the last pope that is prophesized from 200 years ago that this pope will be the last pope of the Catholic Church. Then
Interesting.
In the Catholic Church, you have a statue of Jesus being blown up by a nuke, and this is in Vatican City, so it's like where the Pope is, right? And that is predicting that Jesus will return when the world goes to nuclear warfare. And that's in the Catholic Church. That's them predicting that. So you have a lot of things surrounding this time that is all 2030. And like I said, when Obama changed the Agenda 21 to Agenda 30 in 2015, which no one paid attention to because we was going through the H1N1 virus that was in South America, and we was all worried about that, they changed Agenda 21 to Agenda 30, and he jokingly called himself the Antichrist. So,
Yikes.
I don't know. But, you know, they definitely doing something.
I know everybody hyped that 2020 would have been a crazy year. I mean,
2030 gonna be even crazy.
could be, oh yeah, a lot more things happening.
Yeah.
I met some guy on the train, Amtrak. He said, I think he saw UFOs or aliens somewhere in the sky in Arizona flying around. And that was like last year. He told.
Yeah, people say all type of things, but at the end of the day, like, these people, like, the people in charge, like, they only worry about killing people. Like,
They're trying to depopulate.
Yeah, that's it. You can think about aliens, you can think about Jesus, you can think about God, whatever, but at the end of the day, the only thing that's talked about the most in the Bible is the
look at the weather. All these natural disasters getting more frequently.
And even Putin said that he's gonna make American history. That he's gonna do something to America that's never been in America's history. They just talked about like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, of sending their nuclear missile here. That's called Satan 2.
Wow.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So, you know NASA, right?
NASA, yeah.
So NASA was created by, what they call Hitler and stuff, the Nazis, right? When they came here from the war when they were being chased from, like England and stuff. But, so if you take NASA, right? And you know how they say like T minus 10 seconds to take off? So if you add T to NASA, it spells Satan.
Whoa! What an interesting.
Right, it's just a fun fact. It's a fun fact.
Huh.
So when they say T minus 10 seconds to take off, just add the T instead of minus in the T, and NASA spells Satan with the T.
Whoa!
It's crazy fun fact.
Nobody don't think about that one. Well, this is the traffic that's going on. It's over here. Everybody leaving. Everybody gonna head to where they gotta head to.
So everybody getting off work.
So Putin trying to do something worse than 9/11 in Pearl Harbor. He tried to do something worse than that.
Who knows? Right now, it just seems like it's all planned. Like pretty much like when Pearl Harbor was attacked, Congress or the Senate had a meeting with the Japanese officials, right, in American soil. And they asked the Japanese officials, why did they, attack us? Why were y'all attacking Pearl Harbor? It's kind of just out of nowhere. And they never could give an explanation on who gave the order, on why they did it. They just said that it was a time to strike. It was a time for war.
They're not gonna put nobody on blast. They're not doing that. No.
Period. It was just a time for war. Period. So, even I was talking to this one older guy not too long ago, and I was talking about like a one world order, and he asked me like, you don't think the world is already in a one world order? And seeing how the world handled the coronavirus, how everybody was like pretty much together, It already seems like a one world order if you think about it.
True.
Because this is just speculation, it's not like truth or anything. But if you notice, like every country, even the white community, like there's like every race had different tribes at one time, right? The Roman Empire went throughout the white lands, the Ronald tribes, the English and the Spanish went throughout Africa, throughout the African tribes, Portugal. All the white people roamed the South and North American tribes of the Indians and stuff like that. We blame that on all the white people. But we all had tribes at one time, and it seems that a tribe of each community of people, when it comes to just overall color, has accepted this evil agenda of like depopulation. Because if you see like the strongest tribes of a certain people, like they're the weakest when it comes to living and like just living a simple life, or you look in history, like the Irish was, sent here, the strongest people of Africa was sent here. You see right now in South America, they're going through a huge government, scandal and stuff that's sending a lot of people from there over here.
Oh yeah, every day, footload of buses, every day.
Yeah.
And Texas get hit the hardest. Texas, they're sending them all there first.
You're seeing the Ukrainians come here. You're seeing, the Middle East people come here from, like everywhere where it's like people, like it's like a depopulation and everybody's just coming to America. And people aren't understanding somewhat that we're about to go through one of the craziest times of this country. And this country's only been around for 400 years. As America, so we have no history compared to these countries that we're up against, and people aren't realizing that because, to be honest, like I think that this is just one big slave country, and really they're just using us to get everything out of this country and then depopulate this whole land one day. That's just speculation.
Remember Native Americans used to be here hundreds of years ago, native, until they got eliminated.
Yeah. Through what? Through disease.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's what people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, you know, this stuff just happens. The disease just spreads. Like, no, guys, that's how they got rid of the Native Americans, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Africans, like, that's how the Irish, like, the Irish went through a potato famine, right, that sent them here because they had no food, you know?
Whoa.
That the Ireland still hasn't repopulated from 200 years ago when that happened. Still never fully repopulated.
So that's a tough one.
You know, and it's, you know, a lot of people don't understand all that. Like, we look at what happened, like, even like South America, we think about Spanish and Latino. All those words come from Spain.
Yeah, Spain is the original.
It's a white country.
It is.
You know?
It's a white country that speaks Spanish, yeah.
That's where Spanish comes from. And if you talk to most white people, like, they don't even know that. You know, not even saying, like, most Latino people don't even know that. You know, like, my girlfriend is Honduran. And, you know, I told her that. I was like, yo, you know that your culture isn't your culture either. You know? Like, that's not talked about a whole lot. That South America's culture is not their culture. Like, they were, you know, invaded 100 years before North America was invaded by the English. So they had 100 years of slavery in South America before it even came to North America.
That's crazy that in history textbooks they don't teach about South American slavery. They don't teach that.
At all.
They only teach about North American slavery. That's it.
That's it. Because why? Because Spain is the head honcho. Is one of the first people that accepted the church's decree of going out throughout the land and getting sub-Saharan Africans and bringing them back to the Pope to enslave them, to make them into Christians, because they felt that slavery was the best way to transform someone into a Christian.
It's like jobs. People, you always hear the word slave wages.
Yeah. Because if we made more money, we would take more breaks.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Maybe when we have freedom, yeah. We would never be
we want
low.
To work every day.
True, but they don't. It's called capitalism. They don't want it like that. No.
But since, you know, we don't make enough, we gotta go to work every single day.
That's like slavery continues in a different way.
It is. It's a crazy world. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, most people don't care unless you're trying to change it. Like, I care because I want to change it. You know?
Yeah, we got to think about our next generation and beyond. You know, yeah.
Amen.
Well, they're gonna go through tough times. They have no idea.
Yeah. And that's the thing that we live in. But like, we teach our kids about deception right when they are born. Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, you know, all these different things to make them believe in. And then when they get older, the lie is told to them. Like, oh, that was all a lie. So right then, you're feeding your kids this ability to accept a lie and be okay with it. You know, it's the same thing as you even get older and you start understanding, wait, the church is like this, wait, government is like this, but it doesn't matter no more because you're capable of taking the lie and being okay with it, you know, because you was lied to the entire childhood of your life about all these makeshift characters that were never real, you know.
It's a shame, you know, you're brainwashed, yeah. Oof.
And most people, like, they don't care because they rather have that joy of that moment, which I understand. It's become more of a joyful thing to do and to forget about what's going on, to, you know, have holidays, stuff like that. But it does something different to every kid. You know, some kids are going to be cool, like, yo, Santa Claus isn't real because I don't get presents anyway. Some kids are going to be more, like, distraught about it. You know, like, wait, Santa Claus isn't real? You may cry about it, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. But it's just like, that's just a small thing compared to like the bigger lies eventually come to know it, you know?
The slavery part, that's the serious thing, slavery part, you know, a lot of stuff they don't tell you, you know, they're hidden.
Right. That we don't really have to go through no more because then we have technology to kind of be like, yo, stay away from this. Stay away from that. Before, like, you was just in it, you know? If you was in it, you was in it. Like, you know, you didn't figure it out until you already was drinking the blood or some shit.
Oh.
But now it's like, hold up, what's going on? That's like that chick, I forgot her name. It's like
It's like the Jews always get picked on for a lot of countries.
Well, when you go back in history and you figure out, okay, so I was talking to a woman the other day, right? And you know, she was talking about women empowerment. And I asked her one question. She's like, "Who doesn't respect women?" And she's like, "Well, everybody. They don't respect women." I was like, "Yeah, but if you look at history, every country has had queens. Like even Europe has had a queen for the last 80 years, and she's been a woman. Spain, queen. Africa, queens. South America, queens. North America, queens. Like everywhere you look, there's been queens throughout history. So who doesn't respect women? Because everywhere is queens. The only thing that doesn't respect women is the East.
The Middle East countries,
Middle East religion, which
the Muslims, you know,
in religious context. And if you look at Ethiopia, right? Ethiopia, this is my only thing with the Jews, right? And why I would just want to ask them questions, right? I don't want to go into war. I don't want to.
True, that'd be too deep.
Yeah, I don't want to go into any of that, right? I just want to ask one simple question, right? Why didn't you stand up for your brother in Ethiopia? Because if Enoch, right? Enoch is one of the first books of the Bible that was taken out in the 1400s, 1500s, because it would have spoken great about the African people to white people to make white people understand that Africans were godly people. But since those books were taken out the Bible, we only looked at the Jewish community as godly people. So with that being said, why did the Jewish people never stand up for the Ethiopian people? Because Ethiopia is the only place that did not go through slavery. It's the only country within Africa that did not go through slavery.
Something about that, whoa.
Yeah, the only thing that's ever happened to Ethiopia is that they go through disease, they go through famine, and they only go to war with what's it called? Italy. They've only been to war with Italy. Italy is the only people that's ever attacked Ethiopia. Ever.
That's kind of interesting. Nobody else attacks them. That's pretty interesting.
Nobody else attacks them. Nobody else will even help the Italians attack them. Italy owns most of North Africa right now. Like North Africa is owned by Italy.
Damn, they got power.
Yeah. Like I said, sub-Saharan. So sub-Saharan Africans is anything under North Africa, and anybody sub-Saharan African, those are the people that were put into slavery through religious context of the 1400s, from the Pope of the Catholic Church of that day, which the son of that Pope is Burger Caesar, which they say is the picture that Jesus is related to. Then they switch the pictures of his son with the real picture, whoever knows what that looks like. But yeah, same Pope. And also that same Pope, fun fact of the day, do you know why they call April Fools?
No.
So the same Pope, right, a few years before he made that Pope papal, he changed the calendar. So we used to go by the Julian calendar. Now we go by the Gregorian calendar, which the Julian calendar represented the New Year's on April 1st. That was the New Year's because that's the spring solstice, which the world is renewing itself. It's springtime, right?
Yeah.
So the world is renewing itself. And Julius Caesar, he went to Africa and India for that information. Like he went throughout all the lands to figure out how to have the right time for his people, right? For the white people, for the Roman people, for the Greek people. So he came back with the time, and it would be April 1st. So in the 1400s, they had a day, January 1st was the day to kill Jews. It was the day to get all Jewish propaganda out of Vatican City, out of Rome. That was the day, January 1st. That was just the day to do it, just to kill Jews. Made by the Pope.
Wow, that's what probably Hitler got that. Hitler.
So that wasn't even the first Holocaust. So that was the second Holocaust of the Jews. But that's not talked about either.
Yes, that's something deep. Look at that. What the Hitler did, like, whoa.
Like I said, that was the second time that
Or the second time. If nobody know about the first time though.
No one talks about the first time. But anyway, like I was saying about the April Fools, so he pretty much changed the Gregorian calendar, the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, and made New Year January 1st the same day that he had to kill Jews. So pretty much what happened was those people at that time, they still knew New Year's is April 1st. So anybody that was celebrated on January 1st would be called a fool on April 1st because they didn't celebrate New Year's on the right day. And Ethiopia in India still goes by March. It's pretty much March 20th through April 10th is like the New Year's because that's the spring solstice. So Ethiopia in India still goes by that calendar.
That's interesting. In countries, the day celebrate holidays here, they don't celebrate at that time. They celebrate a different time.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese New Year is different date.
Yeah. But I think they go by the other. So there's two solstices. There's the spring solstice, and then like there's a solstice in September. But yeah, it's crazy. Like when you really look into history and you really start like seeing like the pieces that matter and what really shaped where we are today, it's crazy. And I didn't go to school for none of this. Like it just started with 2019, and I was like, wait, what is happening? This happened in 1919.
There was a different name called the Spanish or bird flu. It's a different name, but it's the same disease, similar.
That's the only thing you ask is, why is this happening? What is happening? You know, you just keep going back.
History repeats itself. Like, oh, that's happened already.
Yeah.
That's like cell phones. They probably had them back then. We probably didn't know.
Right? They're saying that the pyramids are like some big computer now. Yeah. They say all type of stuff. Like if you look at how the 3 pyramids are set up and the smaller buildings on the outside, and if you look at a computer chip, it's the exact same thing.
Ain't that something?
If you look at how the computer chip is set up and like the little things on the computer chip, it's the exact same setup as the setup in Egypt with the pyramids and the little buildings outside.
Wouldn't be surprised with computers and cell phones back then.
It was they say it could have been like a huge something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Some type of electrical.
Sometimes
system.
super simple electronic. Yeah. Probably not the ones we got right now, but something different back then, but do similar functions.
Right. That's the thing. If there's pyramids all around the world, then maybe them pyramids are from a civilization from a long time ago that got wiped out somehow. You know. And then the pyramids are just the only thing that kind of stayed. Who knows? I don't know. I just got hit 95. I don't know anything. I'm just speculating.
It's like people said the most dominant animals on the earth back there was the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The comets, people believe the comets took them out. Some people believe like a big tidal wave, a tsunami took them out. So it's like different.
Isn't it crazy the first dinosaur bones were found in the 1800s?
Whew.
That's only a couple hundred years ago.
It's not that far away.
Yeah. Like, so ain't no one else found bones before then?
Nope. The dinosaurs did exist back then, but they all got taken out.
They say, some people say that they made up a lot of dinosaurs. Like they found like a few dinosaurs and they made up a lot just to kind of make it like a thing, you know? But I don't know.
I know you watch these movies, see Jurassic Park and all that.
Yeah, I like the movie.
It's cool, it's cool. Man. But the disease is like what was it, the Black Plague? That was a serious disease. Oh,
that happened in Europe.
Stuff always happened in Europe, always. Wiped out like 1/3 of the population. That's a lot. I believe COVID-19. Whoever made the disease, they tried to wipe out the population, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come up with something else. I believe it.
If, like I said, if you watch on Netflix, is that zombie show? What's it called? You know them zombie movies, but they made Resident Evil. They made a Resident Evil show, and the show talks about the coronavirus in the show because they're in a future date with the zombie apocalypse, pretty much, and there's a new, pretty much, disease that's spreading, but it's creating people to turn to zombies, and that happens in 2030. I swear.
It's
like,
not that far away.
It happens in 2030. Like, we talking about 2030 so much. They're making TV shows that say 2030 is going to be the zombie apocalypse. Like,
that's how they showed The Walking Dead, and all. You gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, like they're using the same dates and everything, so I don't know.
That's like these virus movies that came out way back then. Look what's happening.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Every time you see something on TV, they're letting you know, hey, it's gonna happen.
Right, like, damn, that's crazy, man. I don't know what to do.
You gotta be alert, you know.
That's all. That's it.
I know it's nice to have fun in life, but you just know that when that time comes, sheesh. Yeah, you guys, huh?
Oh, it's right there, okay.
Oh, Delta's up ahead. You know, it's different. Your Delta's probably straight right there. I know they said this is like Terminal 1. I saw on the app thing, you know. All right, take care, be safe. Nice conversation with you.
Yeah, you too, man. Take it easy.